During our conversation with Abby, we also asked her about the role of the Catholic Church in the pro-life movement. Take a look.
And Abby, I'm so glad that you brought up Catholicism, because you and I were both devout Catholics, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on the role of the Catholic Church in this post-Roe world. Do you think we're doing a good job of paving the way to create a more pro-life culture where abortion really is unthinkable? Yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, you know, I think there's kind of this thought in the pro-life movement, and I think just in our culture in general, yes, that if you want to think about the pro-life movement, when you do think about the pro-life movement, you think about the Catholic Church. And I hear all the time from people who, you know, from non-Catholics, they'll say, well, you know, I'm not Catholic, you know, or I don't agree with, you know, all things Catholic, but I do have to give them credit for everything they've done in the pro-life movement. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And so I do think that there's just kind of this overarching understanding that when it comes to the pro-life movement, Catholics have been leading this movement. We have been at the front of this movement. We haven't been leading from behind. We have been leading from the front. And I think that is critical, that we continue to lead from the front. And we see that happening. We see that happening in parishes through the program, Walking with Moms in Need. Yes. You know, the USCCB rolled that out. That's a beautiful program. And that's happening in parishes all around the country. Mm-hmm. And so that's an amazing program. We see that happening through Rachel's Vineyard, Project Rachel. So many, you know, post-abortion healing programs taking place that are literally happening in Catholic parishes. I talk to priests all over the country, and they're saying, you know, Abby, now it's standard practice for me to have information in the confessional, wow, you know, on after abortion care, crisis pregnancy care, just right there in the confessional, so they can hand that to women who are in need. Yeah. So I think that the Catholic Church is continuing to lead in the pro-life fight, because that's part of who we are. Mm-hmm. That's a core tenet of the Catholic Church, you know, that gospel of life. And Pope Francis talks about, you know, this gospel of accompaniment. And that's what we do so well in the church. We accompany those in need.